When I tell y'all this support that Tristan Thompson has for Trump has taken a turn for the worse, I'm telling you, this support has taken a turn for the worse. Always say, man, there's nothing wrong with liking who you like, but it's everything wrong with not understanding the issues of why people are disliking someone. You may think the same way, so that may not affect you because in your eyes, you don't see anything wrong. In your eyes, you see nothing wrong with what Trump is doing. So this is why you have the comments that you have. If you have not seen this or have not heard this, Tristan Thompson recently shares his thoughts on President Trump's immigration crackdown. I love what he's done so far for our country. So the thoughts on immigration and the policies of President Donald Trump, while appearing in a preview for an upcoming episode of the Katie Miller podcast, Thompson spoke about the Trump administration's crackdown on illegal immigration and his perspective as a legal immigrant. I love what he's done so far for our country. Thompson said about Trump, I think he's helped our country a lot. The NBA player also explained that his views are shaped by his personal experience and family ties to immigration. I'm a firm believer because I have family members and people that are immigrants, he said. I believe for those that do things the right way and get the papers, they should be taken care of first and foremost. I think that's the right way to go about it. If you recall, Thompson, who was born in Canada, became a U.S. citizen in 2020 during the first Trump administration ahead of joining the Boston Celtics. Thompson told Miller that the process was surprisingly quick, but denied that his NBA status had any influence. Now, I'm going to start this by saying that sounds like a whole bunch of bullshit. It sounds like a whole bunch of bullshit, and I'm going to tell you why. Let's go here with it. To say that my NBA ties had nothing to do with me being able to get my citizenship faster is cap. Let's be honest. When you have money, when you have the resources, you can get things done quicker. Argue with your mama. At the end of the day, we all know this. We all know that when you have the resources and you have the backing and you have the money, you can get things done quicker. First and foremost. So to say that my NBA ties had nothing to do with it, you're just talking, bro. You're just talking. Now, on top of that, when you go and say, okay, well, I think that it's a fair thing of what he's doing, and I think that, if, he just do it the right way and get your citizenship the right way, and the people that are doing it the right way, those, they should be rewarded or whatever the case may be, right? Obviously, I'm paraphrasing, but we get it, right? If you do things the right way, then that's a great thing, right? The problem is this. The problem isn't Trump just enforcing that you should have your papers. That's not the problem. The problem isn't, hey, well, everybody get their papers, make sure that you have your papers. The problem is the running up on random people, grabbing them and throwing them in trucks like they dogs. That's the problem. If we're going to be clear. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not an immigrant, but I'm a human. So all of the things that people like to get on here and say and like to hop in interviews and be on Trump and, oh, well, he not doing nothing wrong. I like what he doing. If you can say, especially as a black man, I don't care if you're from Canada, as a black man, if you can say as a black man, I'm watching Trump okay people being grabbed up like dogs not ask if they got a green card or whatever, not ask if they got papers or whatever, grabbed like a dog, thrown, hog-tied basically, and thrown in the back of a truck and driven away. And you can say as a black man, well, I like what he doing. You a goofy. So we've already thought you was a goofy just by seeing you on the show and outside of the sports world. We already thought that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I can speak for all real niggas in attendance today that we already look at you as a clown. You know what I'm saying? Just the way that you move off the court. We already see that. So again, when you go and hop online or you go and do interviews, especially for the white folks, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't care what nobody say. It's always black people that, you know, they do the song and dance. And swear they don't. Oh no, we got the same opportunities they got. Shut the fuck up, bro. You the same guy that'll get around, that'll get in the corporate world around, oh, it's my boss. I'm trying to impress my boss, and you would degrade your people. You know what I'm saying? You the same guy, right? So at the end of the day, the problem I have with this is that it's too many people that try to look over it. And again, I said, support who you support. I'm not necessarily against Trump. I'm not saying I don't like some of the shit he do and some of the shit he say. He's very charismatic. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, because I like to keep it all the way real. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying I hate Trump. I'm saying certain shit that he's done that you're speaking on and saying I like what he's doing is foul. And it's disrespectful to people that are in this country working hard, people that may have not had the opportunity to go and get the necessary paperwork, who are just trying to live and support their families. You know what I'm saying? There's better ways to do it. There's better ways to do it. I personally think instead of grabbing random people, throwing them in the back of trucks, putting them in the back of cars, grabbing on them, pulling them away from their family, why don't you just go on the news, make a big broadcast and say, listen, you have X amount of time to get this paperwork needed, or then we got to do this. And not just, oh, well, I'm going to grab random people. Let them know, top to bottom, you have X amount of time to get this. On top of that, not just that you got extra time, but when I pull up or when my people pull up, this is what we're asking for. If you cannot provide that, then you have to come with us. That's simple. They're not asking that. They're not going and saying, hey, well, do you have your paperwork? They're saying, hey, you work at Home Depot. You look, you know what I'm saying? You look Mexican. You look like you might not be from here. Let's go. That's what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Now, if after you put that in place and say, hey, look, this is what needs to be done, then to me, from that point, okay, cool. But even then, throwing them in the back of trucks and all of that, and like, you ain't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? I think that there's other ways to do it. So again, as I always say, I like Trump's personality. I don't think he's the best president. I think he's a very charismatic dude. I think he's funny as hell. As much as people don't like him, I think Trump is very funny. I think he's genuinely a funny, charismatic person. But do I think he's the right man for the job? Me personally, I don't. That's just me personally. And I don't follow politics like that. But he's one of those people where it's like you don't make safe decisions, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? You don't make the decisions that might that might not start up a war, or you don't make the decisions that might, like, you're not easygoing. As much as people love to be like, Obama never did nothing for black people, Obama never did this, Obama never did that, I think that Obama's demeanor is how a president should be. How he answers questions, how he's patient, that type of shit is perfect for a spokesperson. Because to me, again, I'm a person that don't follow politics. To me, that's all a president is, for the most part, is the spokesperson for the people who really calling the shots. You're not the nigga, to me. Again, people that's in politics love to argue, right? And don't even be fully knowing the background. Like, don't even be like, you know what I'm saying? They love to argue about it. But to me, you're the spokesperson. And as a spokesperson, I think that your demeanor has to be a great demeanor, and you got to know how to talk to people to get the point across of what the big dogs want happen. You know what I'm saying? The people that really run the shit behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? That's what I truly believe, right? But I'm not here to argue politics or argue about how it's set up or argue about, what it is and what it's not. Because at the end of the day, as much as people that's in politics, as much as we love it, I know, see, it worked like this. How the fuck you know? How do you know what they do behind closed doors? How do you know? You don't. You don't know. It sounds good. It's, because I studied this and this is how it goes and this is this. And I'm going to say this, and I've always made this point, right? If the world and the government is a business, which we know it is, again, don't argue with me. It's just what it is, right? If we know that it's a business, right? The people that really call the shots, the CEOs of the whole business, the ones that not the spokespeople, not the spokesperson, the people that's really behind the closed doors, that's really behind the whole thing. Hey, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna. Hey, we're gonna implement this, that, this, and this. All right, go out and tell them, right? If we know that there are people behind it, you gotta know that they call this last shot anyway. As much as we love to be like, yo, nah, you know what I'm saying? Nah, like, every single vote matter. Our vote, like, listen. That's why people hate to talk politics, because it's an ongoing argument. It's an ongoing back and forth. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, to not think that there are people behind closed doors, behind the veil, that are really calling the real shots, to me, has always been ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I truly think that those are the guys that's really pressing the buttons, and they just like people like Trump. As much as people hate Trump, people love him. So they picked him to be the spokesperson, right? But he don't always make the right decisions, or he don't always go about things the right way. You know what I'm saying? So again, man, that's just my take on it. As far as Tristan, I just think it's whack. I think, especially as a black man, to get up there and be like, I agree with everything that he done. I just, you know what I'm saying? It's giving real Django-ish. It's giving real, what's the nigga from Django? What's the name play that Samuel L. Jackson played? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's giving real, like, let me see if I can pull up the dude. What's the dude name? Let me see. Let me see. What's the dude name right here that Samuel L. Jackson played? This guy right here. This dude right here. This is exactly who is given. This is exactly who is given. Ain't nothing wrong with what he doing. I think every move that he making is the right move. That's what I think. I think y'all's the one tripping. That's who you giving, big dog. For real. That's who you giving. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, to not think that nothing is wrong with what he's doing and what he's done, and you know, with immigration, there's nothing wrong with him. Nothing wrong. So so niggas just grabbing people, throwing them in the back of trucks and shit, shooting people. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing wrong. Okay, for sure. Bet that. That's who you is, bro. That's who you talking like. That's who you. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it is. But again, man, as always, I appreciate the love and support. Appreciate y'all watching. Let me know how y'all feel about it for real. You know what I'm saying? Let's dive into the subject. Let's talk about it. 'Cause Tristan, I don't know, man. I think he lost it. Man. Tristan, I'm very, very disappointed in you, big fella. Very disappointed. Till next time, y'all.